Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. I'm especially excited for this Tuesday because we are doing our first giveaway. Last week, I asked that you guys push me over that 350 subscriber mark. You came through, so I want to reward you guys just a bit. Here are the rules for the giveaway. So here are the rules for the giveaway tonight. We are sitting at 361 subscribers. For every subscriber we gain until the first pitch, that will represent $1 added to the prize pool. What you need to do is comment down below who you think will hit a home run tonight. If they do, I will take all the correct picks and put them into a separate pool, and I will do a random draw for the winner of the prize pool. So, for example, if we get 400 subscribers by the time the first pitch is off, we will have a $39 prize pool. If you pick Austin Riley and Austin Riley hits a home run, I will put your name into a pool with everybody else who had a correct pick. I will randomly select one, and then I will comment by noon tomorrow if you were the winning selection, and I will Venmo you, PayPal, whatever, we'll sort it out there. But you will get the entirety of the prize pool from the subscribers gained today. Last week was not amazing. I was able to hit Verdugo at 8-1, which helped a ton. Verdugo, Edman, and Tucker are all we were able to pull off. A little disappointing, but home runs were down overall last week. Looking at the overall tracking, again, we are having a great year. If you do convert your free bets at 75% and you were tailing every pick on this channel, you'd be up almost $4,000, $1,500 for A team, $2,400 for B team. B team is crushing this year. Let's take a look at today. The overall slate looks pretty good. In fact, I have no D-rated games today. I think even the games at the bad parks have good matchups and good hitters. So we will jump right into the beginning of today and look at 6:40 pitch in Detroit. Starting with the game in Detroit, it should come as absolutely no surprise that I'm going Mike Tauchman again. He did not come through last week, but again, I love the matchup with him. The park is not great. It's probably not a game I end up playing on the limited version. Jake Rogers for Detroit would be my second pick, a guy who's hit one in the last week and has looked good as of late. Again, not the best conditions, but if you're playing them all, I would let this one fly. The game in Philadelphia is definitely one I'm targeting. I am targeting Harrison here. His numbers are italicized because he is a minor league pitcher. He is making his first MLB start, and for that reason, I have to go Phillies bats. We're going to go Nick Castellanos and JT Realmuto, who I think will come through for us. One of them should come through for us. If not, I think the Phillies hit plenty tonight to return our value. The game in Tampa Bay features two pitchers with a pretty small sample size both, but I am going to go with two Tampa guys and go with Paredes and Jose Siri, around 440 each. I think these guys have been hot all year, and I think their line at 440 is pretty solid in terms of value. I was a little disappointed in this Baltimore game because last night I was kind of scoping it all out and I was really excited for it. Baltimore is a fairly hitter-friendly park, but the conditions aren't great. The wind's blowing in. Kikuchi has given up a lot of home runs this year. He was great in his last outing, so we kind of did not have much luck with him, picking batters against him. But we're going to go back to the well. We're going to take two Baltimore guys, Austin Hayes and Adley Rutschman, at almost 7-1 and 6-1. I know I've rated this game in New York a B. It's so tempting to throw it on an A just because Carlos Rodon has looked about as bad as any pitcher. I mean, for the name Carlos Rodon, a guy who's been dominant over the years, looked horrible. So I can't help but target two Nationals, Lane Thomas and Stone Garrett. I also don't mind Joey Meneses if you want to go with him, but I think the value on these two guys in a hitter-friendly park with the wind helping tonight, fantastic spot. The game in Pittsburgh features another guy with a big name and a guy who's struggled. Adam Wainwright has not looked the same. Brian Reynolds at 6-1 and Jack Sawinski at 4.5-1, I think, again, are fantastic prices. The park is not playing great. I probably won't play this game, but I do like these two guys if I had to pick for this game tonight. The game in Cleveland, Noah Syndergaard, who was with the Dodgers. Dodgers let him walk, right? They know his stuff, hopefully. So for that reason, I'm targeting two Dodgers hitters. Freddie Freeman at 420, a guy who's been a little cold lately, but it's a great matchup for him. And James Outman at 520. I love Jason Hayward tonight, but for some reason, FanDuel refuses to put his lineup. So we'll just ignore that. Write the comment. Comment for the giveaway. Jason Hayward, just do it, okay? It's going to happen. And lastly, on the early games, we have a game in Atlanta. the Mets dominated last night. I think Atlanta comes back a little bit hungrier tonight. They have the better pitcher in this one. The wind is blowing out at like 14 miles an hour. It's going to be warm, great conditions. I think we see 5 in this game. But my targets are Michael Harris and Nicky Lopez. I don't mind Matt Olson, of course, but his number is like 280 this morning. When you have these conditions, it's kind of an anybody can hit type of night. And for that reason, I like to reach and stretch a little more for the value. So I am going a couple long shots here, Harris at 520 and Lopez at 10-1. Hey, Tanner, does your face hurt? Because it's killing me. Okay, the game in Houston, we have Verlander and Tanner Houck. Good pitchers, guys that have not given up a ton of home runs. However, I am going to target Tanner Houck and go with Kyle Tucker and Yordan Alvarez. Typically, I don't like to play Alvarez because he's pretty chalky and he's usually below 300. Good grief, you're getting him at 360 tonight. I think that is an absolute slam, and so I am doing just that. The game in Chicago is probably my biggest confusion of the night. It is rated the best park. It's projected the most home runs, but I cannot find 2 guys that I'm in love with, okay? I'm going to go with Yasmani Grandal and Yoan Moncada at 750 and 700. I don't love these picks. I'm going to play them. I'm going to ride it. It's a reach, but usually when I look at these games, something jumps out at me and I don't have to think very long. I look into it and I'm like, that's the guy. To this game, nobody looked good to me, even though the park is rated so well. So it's driving me nuts. That's who I'm going with. I don't even blame you if you don't tail those, even though they're A-rated, but I'm just letting you know that's who I've decided on. The game in Milwaukee, Dome Stadium, I am going to pick 2 Brewers. Bryce Turang at 10-1 against Bailey O'Bear, I think is a great price for the lefty. Rowdy Tellez at 450, a guy who goes out there just to hit home runs, is another good price. I don't mind Sam Frelick. If his number's above 700 or 800, he's not listed right now. He is dealing with a hamstring injury, so he may not play. So keep your eye on that. I would go 2 of these 3 guys. If one of them doesn't start, and go with the other 2. Game in LA, we were delayed yesterday, actually postponed yesterday for the hurricane, for the weather. They're making up yesterday's game on Wednesday. So today is just a normal Tuesday game. Conditions are pretty good, even though they're dealing with all that weather. TJ Friedl at 6-1 and Joey Votto, another guy who I think is getting great value tonight. Votto, Tellez, and Alvarez are all guys who are typically a lot lower than this, just on an average day, not even a Dinger Tuesday. So those would be my targets for this evening. The game in Oakland I don't care about because the park's not great, the wind's hurting, and nobody knows who's pitching, okay? Zerpa's supposed to go for the Royals. Hogan Harris is projected, not confirmed. If that is the case, if Hogan Harris goes, Salvador Perez and Drew Waters would be my plays. Again, no lines up on FanDuel, so we can't even gauge the value or anything. But for the sake of it, those are my plays this evening. Second to last game of the night, we have Zach Gallen taking the mound, and if Zach Gallen is out there, I am not picking guys against him. Gray is another good pitcher, but I would prefer to take Diamondbacks batters over Ranger batters. So Corbin Carroll at 450, I think has some decent value, and Ketel Marte at 6-1 would be my plays. A game I am skipping on the limited version. Finally, the last game of the night, I'm going to target Jesus Luzardo and go with 2 Padres. Gary Sanchez at 520. I mean, this feels really, really generous for a Dinger Tuesday for Gary Sanchez, a guy who has hit him all year long. And Garrett Cooper, revenge game, baby. Are you kidding me? Faces Miami, his old team. Why not? All right, a little revenge game homer. That's what we are into this evening. So zooming out, here is the complete overview of tonight's games, all of my picks. Again, do not forget, comment down below your top pick tonight to hit a home run. Subscribe to the channel. For every subscriber that we get this evening, it will represent $1 in the prize pool. You pick correct and your name is drawn. That money is yours. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate all the support, all the love, and we will see you next Tuesday.